It's a full moon, so look out. We are live outside at Empire Fight Camp. I'm Todd Grisham. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
The pleasure's all.
King Rod. Ryan Garcia. They also call him Flash, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Lots of hype as they will fight in. These two fighters promised us an offensive show. Let's see if they deliver. It's all offense all the time. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. What a day it has been, Johnny, but finally now our main event, and the crowd is still hyped.
Now things have cooled down. Now the fans are heating it up again. They've been excited for this. How they prepared for this, these fighters. This is going to be so hard, but so different.
Jab misses. Counter punch right up the middle. And this is a you hit me hard, I'll hit you hard type of fight. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
Todd, I understand what you're saying, but you've got to be on this. You've got to be on it. You've got to be a pro. You've got to think right. Concentrate.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Is seeing flashes after that shot. That was the moment.
Green Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
Insane action. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. You know that bell was sweet music to his ears.
That's terrible fast right now.
Here we go, round two. Who's going to land the first big shot? It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough flash round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Punch, counter punch. This fighter's completely content to sit back and let you make the first move. That's where they thrive.
You're fighting a counter puncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counter punchers, they're watching your every move, that every twitch.
That left hook missed. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. Unlike the heavier fighters, these fighters throw so many punches, it's hard to keep up. he scores with the counter. He threw a punch and just got countered. Shot. Swing and a miss with that jab. Catch and shoot. Good counter punch. The jab doesn't quite connect. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Got out of the way of that right hook. Those counter punches have to hurt. Nice counter. Nope, that uppercut does not score. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, we're entering desperation mode here. Gonna need a knockout. Come on. There's the bell to start round 3. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
I've seen some aggressive fighters. They can terrorize the life out of you before they've even thrown a shot. The strength they have, the speed they have, and that knockout punch, they want to punch through you. They don't want to punch you. They want to punch straight through you. So you've got to be careful.
Perfect punch. Done with that counter shot. The counter punching. The two lightweights are showing you why they are the best of the best. Throws the jab but does not score. There's no way this fighter can go punch for punch. Their resistance to these blows just isn't the same.
What a gift. What a gift it is to have a chin where you know you can walk through anything and everything. When you let those shots go and it's just bouncing off and they're walking you down, it's so demoralizing. It absolutely breaks your heart. What else can you do?
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice idea with the jab, but does not land. That jab doesn't score. The way the connect percentages have to be off the charts. A perfect counter lands. How about that time counter shot? Oh, and it's flashing lights for the flash here. He's got to get out of trouble. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's your focus on what you do? There's the bell for round 4. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up, just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fights like that and you punch them, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out there because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. There's a counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. That punch lands. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. You can tell one of these fighters is starting to fade. What does he need to do to get back in this contest?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in the fight. You've got to relax.
That counter shot lands. They miss with the jab. They drop their guard, they get caught. What a punch. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
You've got to ruffle their feathers, Todd. You cannot let them get comfortable, drag them, get them complaining to the referee, because once somebody with excellent foot speed and excellent power gets into the rhythm, the fight is over.
Men showing exceptional chins, by the way. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. From this moment forward,
back up and fight that.
Time for the 5th round. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
Now he knows he's being hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart, because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Has been his best weapon all fight long. Can't find a home with that jab. Here we go with these two lightning quick lightweights.
Midway through the fight, if you are tired, this can be the loneliest place in the world. If you cheated, now we're going to find out.
You don't want to trade shots. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. It's not always about who hits harder. In this division, ring IQ can go a long way.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skin them, go for speed.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Nice punch. Left-handed jab doesn't quite score. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter-punching.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And we know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Neither fighter willing to slow down. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute.
You've got to take that confidence away.
There's the bell to start round 6. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to block it. They've got to block it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
When are we going to see a jab from these two? Looking to land the hook. You've got someone with the hand speed that this fighter possesses. How do you deal with it?
What you've got to do, Tony, is anticipation. You've got to wait. You just got to throw caution to the wind and just hope. You're never going to know where the shots are coming from. You just got to put in a guess.
We about to see Ryan Garcia go to the canvas. How did they survive that?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
This has been a very competitive round between these two.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
One punch could change everything in this battle. Straight right just misses. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. You couldn't write a script like this. This is like Rocky versus Apollo. Very close round with 10 seconds to go.
Mate,
He
what
is
are you
glad
doing?
to have
Come on,
broke-
switch on, switch on.
Here comes round 7. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
I've never seen a fighter so fast in my life. How do you deal with this? You've got to hope they run out of steam.
Beautiful counter punch. And just as quickly as the action slows down, it heats back up. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong, because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Beautiful counter shot. Both men step back for just a moment. Nope, that hook won't score. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Todd, look back in history. Sugar Ray Leonard against Roberto Duran. The first fight, Sugar Ray Leonard tried to fight, stand there toe-to-toe with him. The second fight, he thought, this guy's aggressive. He's nasty.
Let's watch this again. He set it up perfectly and knocked him down.
You're right, Todd. 1, 2, 3, 4. Are you okay?
Well, they're back up on their feet, but I'm not sure why.
Look at his corner, look at the instructions. They're telling him to calm down, make the most of the count, get up, breathe, and move. Get behind the referee, save yourself a bit of time. You just need to make...
Final 10 seconds here, and this has not been his round for sure. The corner hasn't thrown in the towel.
Come on, you're switching up.
Round 8, and we're off again. It's been a nightmare so far. What can they do to turn this around?
2 knockdowns, and you're coming back from that. That's near on impossible, because your head must be all over the place. Your legs will feel like jelly. What can they tell you in the corner? All they can do is wake you up. They can't even go into game plan.
Well, we knew this was going to happen. Some taunting. Both men step back for just a moment. This is a high-octane battle. Nice counter shot. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he pulls you down.
Wow, that impact was incredible. Let's take another look at it.
Even I've got to see that again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me your breath.
So they're back on their feet, but let's see how much they have left in the tank.
What resilience to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
Halfway through the round, and they're struggling a little bit.
Is that ever hope? Remember the fight at Evander Holyfield? He could be behind on points until the last 10 seconds, but he's fighting like he's going to pull it back. That's the kind of hope we need to see.
You'd like to see more jabs. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. That right hook catching air. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Final 10 seconds here, and the corner better get warmed up. They've got some work to do. No surprise there, a unanimous decision.
Unanimous? You know what? Smart, that is. A total change of styles to make sure they got it. Add every